welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick with the City of Hampton. And today we are speaking to people out there who might be looking for a job and aren't quite sure what they want. We have a great idea for you to join our Public Works team. Here representing the team is Quincy Daniel. Hello.
Hello.
And Sarah Gabriel is from our HR department, is going to talk about the hiring process.
Good morning, Robin.
Good morning. Now, I think working for the city is a different career. People don't always think about it, but you join a team. You know, you get to be part of really a group that works together, and that's not true in all workforces. So I think that's one of the big benefits. Now, people coming in for a job might not necessarily see that.
I think the City of Hampton has an awesome workforce. We, I think, pride ourselves on being available to our citizens, but also to each other as we support departments around the city. And I know from personal experience, when I've expressed the need for help, it's there. Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful thing, and that not everybody does have that work experience.
So what kinds of positions are we looking for, and what kinds of skills do people need to have?
Well, the city really has a huge variety of occupations that we hire for. The city structure itself is almost like a small city in and of itself.
Right.
We have positions ranging from on-the-ground workers that maintain our streets and bridges and drainage areas, mm-hmm. and then we have a number of executive-level positions that are more strategic in nature. They determine the goals and the mission of the city and how we get there. So we hire just a huge range of different occupations, and they all have different requirements.
But I think, okay, Quincy, let's look at you. Kids don't grow up thinking, I'm going to be in public works. I mean, a lot of kids do want to drive a truck. You have that age where, being behind the wheel of a truck is a cool thing.
Right.
So how do we bring that back and get today's generation of 18 to 25, 30-year-olds, not that we're putting an age range on it, but people who are looking for kind of an entry level or maybe even a second job?
I guess we would have to, at the job fair, explain what we do and how we go about our daily missions, and explain to them how we work as a team across the board with Public Works, with different storm events and different functions that we have. And we have entry-level positions that they can come in and obtain skill sets and grow throughout Public Works.
So these are, a lot of these jobs are kind of hard jobs. These are not desk jobs that we're looking to fill. These are people, by and large, out in the field, driving a big truck to collect trash. I mean, it's pretty darn automated most of the time, but you have to know the driving, you have to be good at maneuvering, and you have to work the mechanical arm and all that. We need people, cleaning a ditch, Quincy, what's that like?
That's probably not going to be too glorious at times. It could be muddy, a lot of grass, a lot of organic matter that you have to remove, but it is something that has to be done, and you have a team that you work with, and you get to work together as a unit and look at your accomplishment once you get done cleaning it and say, hey, we were just took part in doing that. And
you realize too, you're there, you're preventing flooding, you're reducing damage, you're helping the environment. There's a lot of purpose behind what we do, and I think a lot of folks who maybe are making it in partial hours as waiters or waitresses. There's a lot of kids kind of scrambling for an existence and not working full time. This is full time by and large. We have some what we call WAE, what the real world calls part-time jobs.
The vast majority of the positions we're hiring for now in Public Works particularly are full-time positions.
So they're full-time positions with benefits, with paid vacation, which you don't get if you're a waiter or a waitress, and a chance to move up. There's a potential progression if people are interested and work toward that, right?
Yes.
So you guys are holding a job fair to try to sell people on these kinds of careers. How do we get them? What do you say to them today, or to their moms or their granddads or their family members, to say, here's why you should go?
Well, That's interesting. Moms, dads, grandparents. I'm sure they want all of their children and grandchildren to be employed, but if you want to be part of an organization that cares and you can build and grow your career over time and learn different trades, and you won't be stuck in one particular place, you can move around throughout Public Works and gain a whole lot of experience. And one day, you never know, you could be in a lead position in that particular division, training the next young folks when they come on.
And I would highlight the City of Hampton as an employer. We have a great benefits package, and employees that come to the City of Hampton, they are in an environment that is compliant with employment law. They do what they're hired to do. There's no kind of bait and switch going on. And they have protections as an employee that I think sometimes in the private sector that it's not there, it's lacking. And we work hard to abide by Fair Labor Standards Act and all the different employment laws that go into employing a person and being legal and being the kind of employer you want to work for.
Now, let me just say that, and I don't want to stereotype an entire generation, but that isn't necessarily what people think about when they're looking for that first or second job. When you get to be, our age, it's important, but it isn't necessarily what you think about. So talk to you spoke to the parents and the grandparents, talk to a young person about why we can give them a better job and a better future than wherever they are now.
I would just say, give it a shot. It may not be for you. Public service isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I think until you're in the city government environment, you have no idea what it really takes to make a city operate. And it's fascinating to learn all the components and to be a part of that. And younger people, I think they will have an opportunity to be exposed to many different work environments. And it's not uncommon for somebody to be hired in one department and then say, I think I'd really like to try a different thing. And they apply and are selected for a different job in a different department. So it's not that you're relegated to one particular thing forever.
Once you get in the door, there are more and more opportunities.
Yes.
Now, what kinds of sort of entry-level jobs are we looking for right now in Public Works?
Wastewater and Streets has the tech trainee position open, and Stormwater has a drainage technician position that's currently open, where you just have to meet minimal requirements based on your skill set. So you have to have, I believe, a year or two qualifications in doing certain things to obtain employment.
We have a number of equipment operator positions throughout several divisions in Public Works. We also have trades positions, maintenance mechanics, electricians, plumbers. We do search for those. And the opportunity is there to come in with, in some cases, not even a high school education. But I would say to applicants that for almost all positions in Public Works, there is pre-employment drug testing, and the city does do a Virginia criminal history background check. And if there exists a criminal history, each one is evaluated on a case-by-case basis.
That's an interesting point, because I was going to say the other thing about this generation, not to stereotype, is there's occasionally some marijuana use, shall we say, and that they cannot be using. They have to be clean on the drug test. What about prior charges? You would just evaluate those based on?
We evaluate them based on many things, the nature of the conviction and the job the person is applying to. As an example, if we had a person apply that had been convicted of embezzlement, we're not going to put them in an environment where they're handling money.
Right, right.
But recency, if it was a violent crime, how long ago, just a bunch of
A
different
lot
things.
of different things. So I think people who maybe have one small strike shouldn't be afraid of applying.
Oh, definitely not.
You definitely want to take a look. And it doesn't hurt to go to the job fair, right?
Right.
Learn about the options, put in the application. So when is the job fair, Quincy?
October 25th. It's going to start at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And it's going to be at the Goodwill Center on Seville Road.
They are amazing, and they are working to train some of the tradespeople that we need. And so while you're there for the job fair, look into some of those trade skilled jobs, because they aren't the glamour jobs. Heating and air conditioning, electronics, being an electrician, they're not glamour jobs, but boy, is there a need. And when you can walk out at the end of a training program and be hired, that definitely says something.
Right, and there are going to be staff members throughout representing the various divisions of Public Works. In Public Works, we have the engineering divisions, traffic engineering, there's stormwater and wastewater, there's solid waste management, we have the Hampton NASA steam plant, and facilities. Facilities are the people that maintain all the city buildings and structures.
Yes,
It's a
I know
huge
them
job.
well.
Huge job. And so it's interesting, all the different kinds of work that Public Works provides that is vital to our community.
So good jobs, some entry level, some higher up. And one of the important things is, as we said, it is a team. You're not necessarily out there solo doing something. You can make it fun. You can have people. You can back each other up. You can watch each other's safety. Because some of these jobs, can be dangerous. Like you have to pay attention to what you're doing. And you can learn and grow. So truck driver type jobs, because we have a lot of those. Really, you're looking for people with some experience there, but we can also do some levels of training, right?
Yes, we do have, Public Works has training programs, and we are working to grow our own employees so that they can progress and advance in our organization. We really do try very hard to provide opportunities.
Now, one of the advantages of the city is that, to be honest, private employers no longer have defined pension plans, and we do. And so there's this sort of longevity thing that you get. But in truth, a lot of those are now more portable than they used to be. So you don't have to join the city and make that 30-year commitment. You can really have portability. You can go certainly to another locality, but even some of those things now you can take with you.
Yes, you can, and we are part of the Virginia retirement system. When a full-time employee has been with us 5 years, they're vested into the retirement system. But if the choice is to leave the city of Hampton and they go to another VRS-covered employer, all of that time is intact. And we do have a very good benefits package.
And I think that, younger people don't always look at that, but it is really important, and it is a part of your, as they say, total compensation.
To have an employer provide health care, I think some of our young people are employed in positions where that is not available to them.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's so expensive that they simply cannot afford to be a part of it. But we do a good benefits package, and as you mentioned, our leave is generous. Aside from the paid holidays, you get a day off for your birthday. And as of right now, each fiscal quarter, employees have a personal day to use for whatever.
It's huge. If you're a part-time person, if you're in the service industry, you don't get any paid time off. If the business where you're working closes, you don't work that week. I mean, it really can add up in terms of security, benefits, and pay, because you're getting paid for the day. You get some paid days off, which a lot of people don't have.
Right.
Okay, so I'm convinced. So tell us again, Quincy, the time and place.
It's October 25th, the Goodwill Center on Seville Road from 9 to 1.
Okay.
I'd also like to say that anybody interested in employment with us can go to the HR website. It's www.hampton.gov/hire, H-I-R-E. And all our vacancies are accessible from any computer that's internet.
And the cool thing is, I know this because there was a time when I didn't work here and I once applied, you can sign up for alerts.
Yes, you can.
Now, you can't just put in one application and be considered for every job, but once that basic application is in there, you can say, put it in for this, put it in for that, and you can get an alert when what you're interested in becomes vacant.
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for adding that. And thank you for watching. I hope you will consider a career in public works. It is an important contribution to the city, a place where you can learn and grow, and a place with great, stable employments and a fun team environment. And show up at the job fair. Thanks for watching.